Did the Knights Templar secretly preserve a bloodline that changed the course of history? What if their rise to power wasn't just a crusade for wealth or religion, but a carefully orchestrated plan to protect a legacy older than civilization itself, hidden in the shadows of history, buried under layers of secrets, is the true story of a lineage that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about the Templars. A bloodline that even today continues to hold untold power. But let's slow down. Let's step away from the rush of that revelation and focus for a moment. The Templars, so shrouded in mystery and myth, were more than just medieval warriors. They were guardians of something much deeper, something that could have shaped the course of history in ways most of us never imagined. Join me as we journey through the labyrinth of this forgotten legacy. The story of the Knights Templar is one of intrigue, wealth, betrayal, and hidden power. A tale that starts in the heart of the Holy Land during the Crusades, where a group of knights first emerged, pledged to protect pilgrims on their dangerous journeys to sacred sites. What began as a noble mission, however, quickly transformed into something far more complicated. For centuries, the Templars accumulated unimaginable wealth and influenced their reputation, growing far beyond the borders of the medieval world. They were known as the bankers of Europe, trusted by kings and queens, their coffers filled with riches and sacred relics. But what was their true purpose? Were they merely soldiers of Christ, or were they protectors of something far more valuable, something that could change the course of history? As we dive deeper into the history of the Templars, we'll uncover stories that have been carefully buried by those in power. The arrest of the Templars in the early 14th century, ordered by King Philip IV of France, marked a pivotal moment in history. The knights were publicly disbanded, their leaders tortured, and their wealth seized. But what if the narrative we've been told is incomplete? What if their downfall wasn't just about greed, but about a darker, hidden agenda to silence a secret far too dangerous for the world to know? It is widely believed that the Templars went into hiding after their disbandment. But where did they go? Did they really vanish, or did they continue their work in the shadows, preserving their influence in secret? Some believe they fled to the remote regions of Europe, to places like Scotland, where they blended into royal families and other noble houses, passing down a legacy, an ancient bloodline linked to royal and religious power. Others speculate that the Templars were never fully wiped out, their influence remaining just beneath the surface, quietly shaping global events throughout history. Before we venture further into the shadows, take a moment to subscribe, so you never miss a secret that history has tried to forget. The Knights Templar began as a small group of French knights sworn to protect pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land during the Crusades. But their rise to power wasn't accidental. From the very beginning, something about them seemed different. Their rapid ascent, their mysterious operations, and their overwhelming influence have sparked questions for centuries. Was their purpose truly just about chivalry and piety? Or was there a deeper, more calculated plan driving their every move? It's no secret that the Templars were skilled warriors with a reputation that spread like wildfire across Europe. They fought fiercely in the Holy Land, gaining honor and renown for their prowess. But the story doesn't end there. While the knights were engaging in battles and sieging cities, they were also building something far more significant, a financial empire. By the early 12th century, the Templars were operating a network of banking institutions that spanned the length and breadth of Europe. They began to offer services that no one else could, creating a system that allowed nobles to deposit their wealth, secure loans, and even make international transactions, all with the backing of the Templar Order. Their banking operations were not just about money. They allowed the Templars to become the go-to trusted financiers for monarchs and popes. The order had a unique relationship with the Vatican, enjoying privileges that no other organization had. Some believed that this bond with the Church was not only a matter of religious devotion, but one of mutual benefit, a partnership forged in secrecy with shared interests in wealth, power, and control. But did the Templars really follow the religious doctrines they pledged allegiance to, or was there something else in play? As the Templars grew more influential, their reach expanded. They began to build castles and fortresses across Europe, laying the foundation for what would become a vast network of power and protection. But these were not mere military outposts. They were symbols of a quiet dominance, a strategic positioning to control key trade routes, religious sites, and regions rich in resources. Their connections with royalty became even more significant, as monarchs found themselves deeply entangled with the order's wealth and influence. But here's the catch. There are whispers that the Templars weren't simply opportunistic in their rise to power. Some believed that their rapid success wasn't just a result of military victories or clever financial strategies. Instead, it suggests a deeper, more ancient agenda. Could the Templars have been part of something larger, a secretive network, with roots that stretched far back in time? A network that had always been in place to guide and control the course of history, hidden beneath the veil of religion and warfare. For centuries, scholars have debated the origins of the Templars. Many theories have been put forward, but none seem to fully answer the question: how did a small band of knights become so powerful in such a short amount of time? One possible answer lies in the idea that the Templars had access to knowledge that was hidden from the public, guarded by those in power, and that may have been passed down through secret bloodlines. This knowledge, whether it was religious, political, or even esoteric, could have given the Templars the edge they needed to build their empire and ensure their place in history. The Templars' wealth was not just about treasure, it was also about knowledge. As the order grew, they began to amass sacred relics, manuscripts, and artifacts that were said to hold incredible power. Some believe that among these items were ancient secrets tied to the bloodlines of royalty and divine right secrets that had been passed down from ancient civilizations. These items were not just symbols of religious devotion, they were pieces of a much larger puzzle, a puzzle that the Templars were determined to solve. One